Hello everyone and welcome back to War Thunder with Jippo the Juppis. This time I have some special news to tell you guys, because a Finnish plane has made it to the game. Well, it has made it to the game, but you cannot really use it yet. But you can test it out in a dynamic campaign, just as it was with the Battlefield Engineer event. So again, you have to, in the menu, choose Dynamic Campaign. You have to choose Battle of Britain as the scenario. You have to choose the British as the side you will play on. And you have to choose planes of 1940. And that's kind of weird that you have to play with the British, because this is going to be a German premium. But anyway, that's what you have to do in order to get access to this plane. And you again have to try it probably a few times before you get a mission where you can fly this plane, but it will come eventually. And here in the loading screen you can see some weird things happening there. You can see those decals right in the wings and the fuselage. Well, yeah, this plane has different insignia in the actual model that's in the game. For some reason the loading screen plane had the post-war roundels, and this plane here has the I guess censored swastikas, which is kind of stupid, because again the swastika had nothing to do with Nazi Germany, so I don't really understand why it has to be taken off the game. And even if that's such a bad thing, then you could at least put the roundels in the wings, because that will at least be a bit more appropriate than these stupid plus signs in the wings. But anyway, enough raging about that. So this plane specifically is the H-75A-2, and technically this is a unique plane because the French do not have the A2 model in their own tech tree. And here you can see I'm looking at some of the instrument panel here, which is in French, at least partially. But anyway, the A2 model has the twin wasp engine, and you can see it's not as bulged as the Cyclone engine, which is a fair bit bigger. And this A2 model has 6 Browning machine guns, light machine guns, whereas the A1 model, which is in the French tech tree, has only 4 machine guns, and the A4 model, which is in the French tree, has 6 machine guns, just like this plane, but it has the Cyclone engine, which is a bit more powerful. So yeah, I guess this is technically a unique plane, since it's not in the French tech tree like exactly in this form. And of course you saw in the cockpit that the gun sight is a German sight, so that is historically correct, since these planes in Finnish use had some German equipment in them. Talking about the Finnish planes, or how Finland used this plane, if you want to know more about that, then check out my video that I made on this plane and how it was used in Finland. I made it a while back, but it's still a good video in my opinion, so check the link in the description, and yeah, there's some good info on this plane. But this very specific plane, we can kinda identify it as the CU-551, based on the camouflage. Like, this peculiar camouflage pattern is the one that was on the CU-551 plane, even though it doesn't have any text markings here in War Thunder, but the camouflage pattern itself gives it away. So the CU-551 in this camouflage was specifically used in the summer of 1943. And altogether this CU-551, it managed to get 10 1/3 victories over the Soviet Union's planes. And the most successful pilot with this particular aircraft was Sergeant Major Eino Koskinen, who got 3.5 victories with this plane. So that's pretty nice that this particular plane had such an history. But talking about this plane gameplay-wise, it's basically the same as the other P-36s and H-75s, so it turns pretty well. It has plenty of machine guns, plenty of ammo. It can't carry any bombs, which is kind of a disappointment, because this could carry, for example, 25 kilogram bombs in the wings. So yeah, those would have been a nice addition for ground battles, but oh well. It has combat flaps, so yeah, it turns very well. Climbs okay, speed is okay. Overall, this is like a pretty nice introductory plane to turn fighting, and sort of also other types of, well, it's kind of a jack of all trades plane. The roll rate is not great, but otherwise it's really fun to fly, so yeah. And based on what I've heard from other sources, this will be a rank 1 premium aircraft, so yeah, no grinding required. Not that it would have been much of an effort anyway. And currently it's a mystery, like how are you supposed to get your hands on this plane. Is it going to be some event? Is this going to just be added in some updates and you buy this with Golden Eagles or some pack or something? So yeah, hopefully we get to find out soon, and hopefully this is some kind of event vehicle, so that hopefully this will be an event vehicle, so that more people can have access to it, especially all the Finnish players who have been waiting for any real Finnish aircraft in the game to finally appear. There have been some Finnish camouflages before in the game, but not really, but not a proper aircraft before. There is one tank in the game, that is the KV-1B, that is Finnish. But yeah, no planes before this one, so it's great to see that we finally get something for us Finns to get excited about and fly in the game. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, informative, or just fun, whatever. Please give it a like or dislike, or how you thought about it, and subscribe for more content like this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.